Happy Mother's Day, gals and guys. Hope you guys are having a great Mother's Day and paying respect to all the moms out there and what a great job they do and how they keep all of us guys straight and get the kids to school and give us advice and keep us out of trouble. So kudos to all the moms out there, because we all know you guys are the mortar to the bricks that keep the house together. So awesome job, moms. Well, hey, what are we working on this Mother's Day? Well, this is my Traeger Pro Series grill. I received it for Christmas. My daughters and my wife, they all got it for me, and man, let me tell you what, I have a man crush on this grill. So we've had it, what, January, February, March, April, May, counting with Scott, 5 months. Well, let me tell you what happened. So about 3 weeks ago, we had a family get together on a Sunday afternoon. And of course, I was gonna grill and show off all of my great skills on this and cooking some ribs. Fired it up, everything's going great. And then all of a sudden I noticed that the temperature started dropping. And normally this thing, when you fire it up, sounds like a jet engine. It's got a fan in it, and what makes a Traeger work so well is that it has this little conveyor belt that moves the pellets down here into a little burner cup, and it blows air into that little channel. And what that does is it creates the perfect little fire. So the fire develops, it cooks the little pellets. As the pellets drop down there through an auger, there's an auger which moves the pellets from the hopper over into a fire pit, and it's got wind. And you know, you think about a fire, what makes a fire go? Well, wind, that helps, and you know, having a good supply of wood and everything else. So the Traeger is really cool because depending on the temperature you want determines how fast the auger turns, which feeds the pellets. It also determines how much wind or breeze is blowing on the fire to get it up to the temperature that you want. So anyway, long story short, the temperature started to drop, but then I noticed there was black smoke coming out. And in essence, what had happened was a fire had actually broke out inside of my Traeger. And not a normal fire, but you know, not the kind that you would want inside of your Traeger grill, but a bad one. And in essence, when the pellets stopped burning because there was no wind or breeze blowing on them, they started piling up in the cup, they caught on fire, and in essence created a real problem, created a lot of soot and smut and just blah inside of this grill. It also caused the auger to clog up. So we had to take the auger out, you know, vacuum everything out. I had to clean the whole inside of this grill with Clorox wipes to get all of the black smut out, because you don't want that on your next time that you cook. So we contacted Traeger to find out and troubleshoot what was going on, and they were like, yep, this is what you need. This is your air induction fan. And I guess my fan motor must have went out after 5 months, so that's honestly a little disappointing that the grill only lasted that long, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I just got a defective fan. Maybe there was something that got in there that caused the fan not to work well, because the fan is located right up there. So maybe something happened. So anyway, kudos to their customer service group. They responded quickly. They were very pleasant and easy to deal with on the phone. They sent us a new one out. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna dig into this and see if we can replace it and see if we can get the Traeger grill working here, because I love this thing, man. So, but I'm gonna be disappointed if every 4 months I gotta replace a fan to it. I mean, that takes all the fun out of cooking, and we'll look at other options. But Traeger, right now, you get the benefit of the doubt. Let's put the new replacement fan in there and we'll see what happens. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna take the control panel off, and then I gotta lay on my back. There's 4 screws that hold the fan in place with the little clip. We'll take that out and we'll see what happens. But all right, guys, I'm gonna set the tripod up and you can go along for the ride. Sit tight. Okay, so now I got to get some wire clippers or something to cut a couple of cable ties with. I'll be right back. Okay, so just like that, you pull it out and you can see. Now, one thing I notice when I'm looking at this and I take my finger and I spin it, I mean, it seems very, very tight. This thing does not seem to spin hardly at all. So let's look at the new replacement one and see what happens with it. Oh yeah, this one spins a lot better than that one. So don't know what the problem was, but hey, we're gonna replace it and see what goes on. Okay guys, well, I think we got it installed. You can kind of see in there, there's the new unit. This is where it actually sucks the air in to go down the, if you will, the auger or the chute that comes down in the fire pit. So now I'm gonna put the control panel back on, put a couple of cable ties on it, and we'll be ready to see if this thing is ready to cook here in a couple of minutes. All right guys, more to follow. Okay, from here, I've got to find a couple of cable ties to put the wires up, and we'll get this thing going again. Sit tight, we'll be right back. Okay guys, just like that, we should have this thing fixed. So what we're going to do now is a burn-in, and we're going to see if indeed we have this fixed or not. So you're going to get to see the first time we have tried to use this since the last time we've done it. So it's in the off position. To start it, they tell you to put it in smoke, hit the on button. Ooh, first thing I notice is I hear the fan. Ah ha ha, looky there. The fan motor is spinning. I think we're gonna be in great shape. So it says we're at 81. Oh, hey guys, okay, well here we go. Well, I have to tell you the rest of the story. So I replaced that fan blade, or the fan motor, and we fired it up, but nothing was happening. And if you look right here, this, if you can see down in here at the very bottom, there is a igniter which heats up, or a thermocoupler. This right here is your auger tube where it actually feeds it in. Well, I noticed the auger was not spinning. So I came in here, I took all the pellets out, I vacuumed out. You can see the auger right here. The pellets fall in here, they hit this auger, and they travel down this tube, and there's air being blown down this tube. And the little igniter down here, as the pellets fall into the firebox, the igniter starts the fire, and that's what controls it. The temperature is controlled by the amount of air and how much pellets are being fed into the fire pot. So that's the beauty of it. Well, I looked down here and the auger wasn't turning. I couldn't figure it out, so I took my shop vac, I vacuumed out this end, came in here, vacuumed out, and the auger would not turn. So then I came down here, and lo and behold, let's see. So this is the fan motor I just replaced. But even before I replaced the fan motor, there was all kinds of wires and stuff down here. Well, if you notice right here is another little bitty fan motor. That fan motor is actually going towards the little drive that actually drives the auger. Well, just a few minutes ago, this had wires wrapped around it, and that was before me. So there was a wire hanging on the back that was dragging, and the little motor wasn't turning right here. So the auger, in essence, couldn't turn. So I had two things going on. Number one, I know I had a bad fan motor because A, it wasn't blowing before, but then also I think I had an issue with a wire that was slowing down the auger. So now when I flip the switch on the start button, you notice, man, this thing sounds like a jet engine. It's pulling a lot. Notice right here, the little bitty fan motor on the end of the auger drive is actually going. So I cable tied all of this up, made it look nice and neat. Now, up here at the top, if you look in here, you can actually see that auger is slowly turning. It's actually pushing those pellets. And in here, let's see if we can see this thing moving. Yep, it's actually moving. All right, I think I may have solved the problem. So sit tight, I'm gonna put some pellets in here. I'm gonna put the covers back on and we're gonna see if we can get it fired up again. More to follow. I recommend that you only use Traeger gourmet wood pellets. So Traeger, if you're looking and you want to sponsor my channel, send me some and I'll give you a good review. Well, I would like to tell you we're back in business, but I'm looking down here right now and that auger is not moving again. I don't know what that is all about. We are in the smoke or start position. And looky there, that fan motor is already stopped going. Well, guys, that is not good at all. At all, that is not good. All right, well, I've got problems here because the auger motor is not going. All right, more to follow. Okay, well, I'm having problems here with the auger spinning. So you can see I took the pellet housing off. I dropped some pellets in the top. And I mentioned to you earlier the wires were touching the fan blade, and that seemed to be one of the reasons that it stopped. So what I did now is I've actually taken the housing off. I'm watching here to see if we can get this thing to fire up. And you can see the auger is turning. You can see that it's falling next to the deal. And we're about to get a few pellets to burn here. It really looks like they're coming in. You can see the auger is turning. You can see a little spark as they land on top of the heating element. I'm seeing a little bit of smoke. And you can see right here, I mean, this little motor's going. But what happened the last couple of times we tried this was literally after just about a minute or so, the auger motor would stop. And you can see that auger motor is actually, and right there's a good example, it just shut down. For whatever reason, the auger stopped spinning, and now you can see we're about to get a fire going, but the wood has stopped. So I'm going to shut it down. You can also see the red light came on the control panel. So don't know what's going on, but something is happening. All right, so now watch this. So I shut it off, turn it back on, it actually starts working again. Well, I guess that red light stays on all the time. So let's see what happens here. So you can actually see this thing starts to go. I mean, the little motor's working, the auger is turning, and looky here, we got smoke coming out of the grill. But watch what happens. I mean, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Hey, looky there. Now see, that's how it's supposed to look. You got fire going, the wind is blowing, but watch this though. Just about the time you think you have it going properly, you're gonna look at that thing. It's putting out some smoke, everything's looking great, but watch. That little motor is going to stop. I don't know what else to tell you, and this is why I'm videoing this, so I can actually show Traeger when I call customer service again to get a resolution. Looky there. We got a fire going, everything's looking awesome. But then all of a sudden it seems like sometimes this motor just stops turning, which really makes me nervous, because what if I was in the middle of a big cook, like a brisket or something that I was trying to do overnight? I have no confidence that this thing would continue to go. And right there, it stopped. So there you go, Traeger. We have a problem. More to follow. Hey guys and gals. Well, here we are, Mother's Day. It's like 5:45 now. we've been jacking with this grill all afternoon. So, you know, once I couldn't get the auger to spin and we kept seeing the fan motor cut on and off on the auger, we got Traeger customer service on the grill. And I tell you, with technology and FaceTime and everything else, you can go back and forth. We could show what the defect was over and over. We tried a lot of different things, and long story short, I mean, we just jacked with it and jacked with it. I kid you not, my wife was on customer service 1 hour, 45 minutes with Traeger. And you know, at some point, these guys got to take ownership. Their machine should not be this finicky. But finally, we started it, stopped it, started it, stopped it, started it, stopped it. And we would watch it go up to 200 degrees and down to 150, up to 200, down to 150. It's not holding temperature. And you can see right now, the setting's on 375 and we're at 360. You know, so the only thing we could actually figure out after a little while of talking to these people over and over and over again, one common thread. When I first got the grill, I used Traeger pellets. Then after I used the Traeger pellets, I went through about 2 or 3 bags of off-brand. One of them was Tractor Supply, Jack Daniels brand. Went through a couple of different ones. And then we came across these, the Traeger Gourmet. And I decided, okay, let's buy a bag. So I went through about, and you can see 3/4 of that bag I went through, and then I started having problems. I've got another full bag in the garage. So we almost believe there's something going on with the pellets. I don't know, guys, it's crazy. So we're gonna try to cook some hamburgers here in a little bit. And I'm trying to get it up to 375. I don't know if I can even get it up to 375. I mean, this grill's been burning for like 2 hours now, and I cannot get it above 370. So we're gonna see. So more to follow on this, but it's an update. So at least today you saw us replace the induction fan, which we know was definitely bad. It sounds better, it's pulling air. But I really think there's something going on with these pellets. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out, but at some point, Traeger can come pick it up. Traeger, if you're watching, hey man, I'm extremely disappointed. This is my 11th time to use this grill, and it should not be this frustrating. Maybe you guys should pick it up and bring me an upgraded model. I'll leave you a good YouTube video and comment about it, but right now, we've wasted over 3 hours of time on the phone with customer service, and I still don't have a grill that's functioning. All right, more to follow, but we're gonna cook some burgers. We're using the Meat Church recipe. We're gonna get this up to 375. If my grill will even get to 375, we're gonna cook them for a total of 10 to 15 minutes. Flip them once halfway through. We're using the Meat Church Holy Cow seasoning, and we'll see what happens. Maybe I can cook some burgers. Rather disappointing, but let me tell you what, with the price of beef, if I had to go out and spend $100 on a brisket, I would have zero confidence that it would work right now on this Traeger grill. And that's sad, because I was the biggest fan in the world of Traeger the first 10 times I used this piece of equipment. But let me tell you, ever since then, it's been downhill. All right, guys, hey, just wanted to show you changing out an exhaust fan, or excuse me, induction fan on a Traeger Pro Series 34 grill. That's what this video is about. Just know that the grill is still not functioning the way that it should, and I'm rather disappointed in it. But hey, leave us a comment, thumbs up, thumbs down. Are you having similar problems? Love to hear from you. Hey, if you're not a member, hit the subscribe button. Cost you absolutely nothing to get additional content like this. Thanks, guys, and always glory be to God. Okay guys, well, we finally finished the repairs on the Traeger. You know, we put a new fan motor on there. We got things working again. One of the things we found out though was even after we did that, and kudos to Traeger and their customer service, those people are outstanding. They'll get you on the phone, they'll walk through a lot of things to try to correct the problems you're having. And we finally got this thing working. And one thing we determined was we really think a lot of the issues was centered on the pellets we were using, which we were actually using a Traeger brand pellet. But you know, trees are different. I mean, you just never know what you're going to get. And for whatever reason, we had a bag of pellets that, in addition to the fan issues we were having, just wouldn't generate any heat. So we finally ended up cleaning things out, getting rid of those pellets, going to a different brand of pellet, and this thing seems to be working pretty good right now. Now, I just had the door open, but on the smoke setting, we're at 178 degrees, so things are moving along. Let's take a look and see what we got in here. Ooh, a couple of nice pork loins smoking at the moment. So anyway, I think we're back to normal. This is like the second time we've used it. And so far it's holding temperature at whatever we set it in. The only downside is it seems like it's running about 5 degrees cooler than what it did previously. But you know what? That's okay. I have no problems with that. And we'll see what happens. But all right, more to follow, but I think we're past our Traeger issue. And kudos to Traeger's customer service. Hey, if you're new to our channel, hit the subscribe button. Ring the bell so we can get future notifications. Leave us a comment, hit the thumbs up. And I'd love to stop by and check out your channel as well. Hey, glory be to God. Hope you guys have a great week.